Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it. It's Tree. Welcome to my little meditation space. Man, it's been a minute, and you're due for an art journey update, and honestly, you're due for a prequel to catch you up to speed on some things. So this first part, I'm going to go back several years, just to give you more of an insight into who I am and what I've been through and how that's made me who I am today. I think it's pertinent. So I've always been an art kid. And actually, if you go to my Instagram, you can see some art from this time period that I'm about to talk about. Some of my very beginning pieces that I posted on that account. About 6 or 7 years ago, even maybe. I was in a really awful, terrible, abusive relationship. I look back at some of the posts that I put up then, and I think about the girl that I was then and what she went through then. And I know that she would be so proud of the woman I am today and where I project to be one day. The best way I know how to explain it, every capacity that makes you a human being, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, financially, artistically, every avenue that I could be a human in any way, this person tried to control, manipulate, use, change, like all of the light and beauty and joy and vibrance that I am to my core. This person tried to just wring out of me like a mop. Even my art, like they really forced me to draw things for them that they wanted, and I hated it. They were making me hate everything that I loved. I just felt uncomfortable always. It was awful. And so I left. I ran away in the middle of the night. It was the only way that I was going to be able to leave safely in that situation. And it was the best thing that I ever did in my whole life was leave and run away that night. That is the simplest, nicest way I know how to explain the worst, at least 5 years of my life. And I give you this prequel. I'm not looking for sympathy or pity or any of that. I just want you to know who I am. I talk about my story because it helps me heal. It gives me perspective. I understand the yin and the yang. I know I am here to do great things. And I know that I have seen the contrast of that. And I know I want nothing like that. I want no part of negative, bad. I was in therapy for about a year and have progressed out of that. I feel very healthy with where I am. I'm starting a new chapter in my life. But I know darkness. I've been at the very deepest depths of pain. And I know as low as I was, I can rise so far above. I know I can because I already have so far. I will continue to rise above. Immediately after ending this relationship, I didn't have the most stable living situation. My relationship with my family had really dissolved due to my relationship with this person. And so I was staying with a friend for a little while, and I started to become closer to my now husband. We worked together at the pizza store. We've been there together for years. Unfortunate circumstances, we ended up actually being homeless together for the first few months of our relationship. We were kind of just staying in my car, and it was summertime, and so it was hot, but it was better than being cold. We would go to the lake and stuff like that a lot. We had a hammock and we would go camping. It was honestly a really fun and freeing time in my life. I'm really grateful for the foundation of us starting from there and growing from there. I remember that. I will never forget that. I will never forget where I came from. It started to get colder, and my dad started to become aware where we were staying, or not staying, and he said, please, I don't have room in the house. My sister and all of her kids were there, but you guys can stay in my garage. And so we were there for a while, and it was a crazy time. It was not an ideal time. At this point, I started to really think more about becoming a tattoo artist, and like, I really want to do this. I've always wanted to do this, but I never felt free enough that I actually ever could, and now I do. And I was starting to reclaim my power, but only just beginning to figure out what that meant. I was very, very depressed, very much anxiety, and didn't know how to work through or process any of what had happened to me. And so I just kept working and like working through it the best I knew how, which was not very well. Like, just try to get through. I took my art to one of my favorite local shops, and she said, I really love your style, but it's very sketchy. She showed me a couple of things on lines and whatnot, and said, you need to work on your lines. And I didn't really know what that meant for the longest time. Sounds silly, but I was really overthinking it. And so it took me a little while, but I finally got it figured out. And now, a few years later, I've built a portfolio that's full of lines. And about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know exactly, my husband actually got me a whole tattoo machine starter kit. And I just wanted to learn all of the working pieces of it, learn the terminology. I felt like there was a lot that I didn't know. I felt really stupid, like I didn't know anything. I've recently learned that is negative belief instilled from an abusive relationship. That's not real. I am smart. I do know things. Anyway, so I had been self-teaching for a little while and starting to practice a little bit on fake skins. Very high priority on cleanliness. This is like spiritual to me. This is like sacred to me. I did not want to work on people until I had a mentor. I wanted to do everything like the right way or whatever. But my husband was very, very, very persistent, and I love him very, very, very much. And I ended up giving him a tattoo, which obviously leads to more, he got kind of addicted. A lot of people tell me they're pretty good. I didn't believe that for the longest time. I'm starting to see them as pretty decent now, but I really dogged myself in my head for the longest time. I didn't think that my work was good at all. And I damn sure didn't want to tell shops that I had worked on skin. Like, that was like a big dilemma mentally for me then at that point. I wasn't gonna lie and say, no, I've never worked on skin. Like, it was gonna be obvious, but also I just felt like I had done a no-no. No one was gonna want me. Which is not the case. Someone does want me. I need to update y'all about that, but I'm gonna have to make another video because this one, I just don't have the time or energy right now. I hope the biggest takeaway from this is that negative belief that I had stuck in my head. I hope it helps you start to realize and recognize those types of thoughts in your mind maybe that you have been instilled from other people or negative experiences in your life. As I went through therapy and healing, I learned that like I have so many negative beliefs about myself that I didn't realize that are not my own, that are not true thoughts. They were taught to me. I don't need them. They are not helpful to me. So I just hope to relate and connect and inspire and encourage, and I want to include more of that in my channel. So hopefully we can make some more revelations together. And thank you for following along with my art journey. Stay tuned for more updates on that because I actually have some big news coming I'm really excited about. But yeah, until then, peace, much love. I don't know how not to be awkward or how to do this or anything. We'll figure it out. Thanks for putting up with me. Okay, bye.